I'm not stalling, you're stalling. Hi, friends. Oh my god, she's not wearing any makeup.
Spooky.
Oh my gosh, we are at the end of October. Thus ends the spooky tutorials. I cranked out 4 of those this year. I feel pretty good about that, considering how much less time I have this year for filming. As is tradition here, every Halloween, I try and do at least one tutorial where I push myself outside my comfort zone. And I try to challenge myself as an artist. I do have a playlist of all of the Halloween tutorials I've done on the channel. I'll link that up here. The first one I ever did on the channel was Marceline. I'm still very proud of that transformation. I've done a Gelfling from the Dark Crystal. And then last year, my big tutorial was Sally, which was a ride and a half. So this year I wanted to keep it a little more low key. We're not gonna do like a full palette swap today. I've had this in my head since July when I started watching a little anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm sure you've seen this makeup about 1,000 times already on the internet. However, I wanted to take a stab at it today because, let's be honest, this is gonna be the closest I ever get to being a thirst trap. The hair color is right, the haircut is right, why not just do it? Today, we're going to attempt to become Sukuna's vessel from Jujutsu Kaisen. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just stop this video, stop whatever you're doing, go watch at least 3 episodes, and then get back to me. I have no idea how this is gonna go. It seems like it's gonna be simple, and yet I have this feeling. I have this feeling. And as always, we're just gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it the good old college try. And I'm rapidly running out of time, so why don't we just jump on in? If that sounds like fun to you, then please keep on watching, and let's get started. Cue the royalty-free Halloween music. So let's start with a clean slate because otherwise this is going to be a very short video. It's been a while since I've done my full routine on camera, so I thought, why not, you know? Just slapping on some primer. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Please do not hate me. It's so good. I wanna buy a full size. It's actually really that good. And I hate myself for saying it, but like my foundation goes on so nice. I figured I wanted to let you in on the contouring process this time because I am going to do a more traditionally masculine contour, or at least attempt to kind of bridge the gap with a little bit of androgyny, because Sukuna has some very chiseled features, which this soft little potato does not possess right now, nor will she ever. Anyway, so I'm just slapping on my foundation with my fingers, which is something I regularly do with this particular foundation. All the products are going to be listed below as well if you're curious as to what I'm using and I don't tell you. I'm just going to try and change up the contouring just a teensy weensy bit, not too much. Yes, I do know my concealer is too dark for my skin tone. This year was the year I finally caved and got a Crunchyroll subscription, and suddenly my intake of anime has gone up tenfold in the last several months, which is positive. Jujutsu Kaisen was one that was heavily recommended to me by several different people, and it's only 1 season right now. I'm probably going to explain this badly. In the universe of Jujutsu Kaisen, they chalk up a lot of supernatural happenings to curses. And a curse is an accumulation of people's anxieties, fears, typically bad feelings. And so of course in this universe there's also a profession of Jujutsu sorcerer that uses a specific type of curse magic to exorcise curses. Season 1, the plot focuses around a boy, Itadori Yuji, who is of high school age and by chance or fate happens across a curse at his high school and a Jujutsu sorcerer and a cursed object, which he decides for some reason to swallow to gain its cursed power. You know, probably not the best snap decision one has ever made. He basically ends up ingesting and absorbing a very strong, very famous curse named Sukuna, and Yuji ends up becoming Sukuna's vessel. Hijinks ensue, but the way that Sukuna manifests when he takes over Yuji's body is one of the coolest character designs I've seen in a while. He sort of just seeps out of Yuji's features and kind of becomes this more grotesque version of Yuji. So he's still in there somewhere, but also this demon sort of arises from underneath the skin. And whenever Sukuna comes to the surface, it's signified with these amazing face tattoos and then multiple eyes spring up onto his face. Just a little casual body horror for you. And ever since I started watching the show, I knew I wanted to do this for Halloween for sure. I'm just going into some cream bronzer. So normally I go pretty high up here with my cream contour. Definitely gonna go under the chin today. What I want to do is really carve out this jawline, square it off on the back there, which is typically what I do anyway, but we're just gonna make it more pronounced today. I'm gonna square off that forehead a little bit more than usual. And then what I'm gonna do here is start to drag this in and down. Now I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and go over these edges. Not too much, but let's do a little nose contouring. Let's go ahead and powder everything down. I'm also gonna go ahead and powder my eyelids because there is not a whole lot of eyeshadow happening today. And then with a little pressed powder, I'm just going to further highlight some of these areas, like the triangle underneath the eye, sides of the nose, down the bridge, focusing it mostly in the center of the face, right along that jawline. Let's continue on and do some powder contouring. I'm using the Melt Sculpt Stack. It's got a nice cool toned, light ashy brown in here. So we're just going back over all the areas that we contoured in cream. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush, dip it into the same contour powder, and I'm just gonna shade in the lid here, just at the front. Let's take that a step down as well, using one of the darker shades in the stack. Squaring up this chin a little bit, just on the sides here. Okay, I think that's good for now for the base. And now we're gonna get into the real tricky stuff. So I'm gonna go run off camera, do my eyebrows really quick, because we're not gonna change anything about those. And when we come back, we're going to attempt to paint eyes on our face. Be right back. Okay, eyebrows are on. You've seen them before. I think I'm gonna take that same contour powder that I've been using for this whole tutorial and just kind of run it under my eye here, just to give it a little bit of definition. Let's just embrace the bags. I've learned sometimes if you can't beat them, join them. Okay, I think what we should start with is the eyes. And no, I do not mean my eyes. This is the thing that I've been dreading, honestly, because this is gonna be not hard, and I want them to be not in an anime style. I want them to kind of match my own eyes. That's going to require a little bit of detail work. I had the idea to do the majority of the detail work with alcohol paints. They won't move around, they will not budge if I put on a mask or if I sweat. So I think for the most part, I'm gonna be going in here with a very fine brush, 99% alcohol. We'll just throw a splash in there. So I'm just gonna roughly sketch using my eyebrow pencil where I want this eye to lie. They're kind of an upside down triangle for the most part, and they work kind of on an angle. And these, of course, vary in size and shape depending on the frame. Oh boy, I'm gonna be in symmetry hell, aren't I? Just gonna have to relinquish that dream real fucking quick. Mixing a little bit of 99% alcohol with the paint. Sketch out this line here. I'm sort of taking an amalgam of different flesh tones. The nice thing about alcohol paints is that they can only be activated by alcohol. Alcohol paints are great for covering up things like tattoos because you just cannot sweat this stuff off. Alright, I'm gonna need some white. Taking a little bit of white concealer. Oh, of course you got it all over yourself. Just right in the center there. And then blending that into the rest with an off-white. Gonna throw in a little bit of red and that lighter color together, right in that tear duct. Okay, we're getting there. Now to do the eyeball, which is essentially just red. Let's have him looking down. And I think I'll use black liner to do the pupil, so I'll leave that. Let's do a little bit of powder highlighting around the eye. I'm gonna grab some Taco. I'm gonna highlight right in here. go into more of that contour powder. Shade that in a little bit. Aw, look, we have matching eye bags. That's so cute. So I'm gonna go do this eye on the other side. And when we come back, we will try and tackle all of the face tattoos. I'll be right back. Other eye is done. I feel like I blended this one better, but honestly, I'm okay with it. I think they turned out a lot better than I anticipated. Now comes the fun part, which is drawing all of these lines on my face. There's a lot of them. They're the kind of lines that I think you just need to draw with a lot of confidence and zero hesitation. For that though, I'm just gonna deepen up around the contours a little bit. Okay, this is where I'm hoping the black eyeshadow is gonna come in handy because I think I'll have a little bit more control that way, and then we can go in with the liquid liner. I wanna use liquid liner as opposed to water-based paint just because I am traveling to a friend's house after this and I kind of want to show off my sick work. So we're gonna try and keep it as transfer proof as possible. That's what I just said. We're gonna try and keep it as transfer proof as possible. I'm going to sketch out a couple of these. Let's start with the one in the center. I can already tell with 1000% certainty this is in no way going to be symmetrical. And we're just going to have to accept that. Now comes the nose bridge. There is a little V-shaped mark under the extra eye. There's a little bracket under this V. Now for the chin strap. And then there's another little triangle. It's almost as if you have to abandon trying to match it on either side and just treat each side like its own separate entity. That took a lot of concentration. Now to try and not ruin it by going back over with a bunch of liner. Let's start with the NYX Epic Ink liner and see where we go from there. Okay, hey, we're getting somewhere. I can already feel how tedious this is going to be to edit. Also, this is giving me a considerable amount of eye strain. Oh my God, I can breathe, okay. Do not forget to breathe. Also in the process, I do feel like I've kind of modified these a little bit just to fit my own face shape better, especially in and around this jawline here. And with long straight lines like this, you really have to let the weight of your hand guide you. The pressure that you put on your face will steady the hand. Oh my God, you guys. I think I actually did it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Am I totally okay with that? Absolutely yes. Just adding a touch of black around the corners. I also noticed that his markings do change a little bit in every episode, so I'm not too pressed if they're not exactly like the photo. We do, however, have to give it up for NYX Epic Ink liner. It came through. My eyes do feel a little bare. What I want to do is take a little bit of contour powder and just smudge it into the lash line, just on the outer third. Just a really, really, really basic shadow wing. And I do think I want to forgo lashes. I think we're just gonna try and do a healthy dose of mascara first to see if we need any. Yeah, I think that's all I want to do. I'm gonna do a little tight lining on the top. Okay, I'm going to spray down because I think we're nearly there. Also, let's do a little neutral set on all of the liner here. I think all we have left to do is a lip. We're gonna keep it really simple. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a red cream blush, tap it onto the inside of the lips, just to give us a little bit of color. Nothing too extreme. And then we're gonna go in with one of my favorite lip glosses of all time. It's the Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat. To give us a little something, you know? I'm gonna pop off camera, put on some contacts, and when we come back, it will be the finished product. Wait, did I do this? All right, here's my attempt at Sukuna. I am very relieved it's over, but I'm also really pleased. It turned out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to. Is it perfect? Not even in the slightest. There is no universe in which these two sides of my face match. However, I'm okay with it because I feel really hot. Like, guys, am I hot? I feel like this is really hot. I'm gonna get so many weird ass looks on my way to my friend's house, and that is okay, because it's spooky season, bitch. The eyes I thought were gonna be the most challenging part, and instead, it turns out drawing lines on your face is really fucking hard. Like, really fucking hard. I did the best I could with the time that I had. If I had unlimited amounts of time, I would have definitely gone in with a little bit more detail on the eyes themselves. But in the end, I think I did a pretty decent job for my limitations. I would love to know what you folks think of this look. Is it worthy of the final tutorial of the Halloween season? Would you rock this as a Halloween costume? Any fans of Jujutsu Kaisen, please, let's talk about it in the comments. I need more friends to talk about anime with. Topics such as, who is your favorite character? And why is it Gojo Satoru? Why am I so attracted to a fictional character? It really is unfair. All right, I have to go. So I'm gonna take some photos and head out. But before I do, please let me rattle it off to you really quick. Here are the many ways that you can help out my channel. You can give this video a huge thumbs up. You can comment down below what you thought of everything. You can subscribe. Any and all engagement with this video is crucial to its success in the algorithm. So if you have a few spare seconds, please engage with this video. You can follow me on other social media. I will leave those right there. Honestly, Instagram is really the only one I'm actually active on, so you can always find me on there. If you wish to support me financially, I do have a Patreon. The link is down below in the description box, along with a bunch of petitions to sign and places to donate. I hope you all have a spectacularly safe and spoopy Halloween, my friends. Just keep doing your best, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!